Hello, what's up? Welcome back to another video. So my PC's working again. For some reason I turned it on today and it's just working absolutely fine. Tomorrow, I turned it on the other day to make a video, did the 4 beeps again. I was like, Jesus Christ, I can't be doing this every other time. So I actually rang a guy who's got a computer shop down the road called David, and he does house calls. So I was like, just rang me back actually, and I said, sod's law, it's just working absolutely fine. He says, right, he says, if it happens again, he says, it's already happened twice, it'll probably happen again. If you need us, give us a shout. So if I come tomorrow to play Clair Obscur on Game Pass and it does the beeps, I'm going to give the guy a ring and he's going to come and fix it because I'm off this week and I want to get some gaming done. But that's not what the video's about. So the video's about today is a purchase that I made that I wasn't expecting to make, and I'll go into great detail. I bought the Nintendo Switch 2 and I got the Mario Kart World bundle. So I was sat on my phone looking at Amazon. All of a sudden saw that these were back in stock and I thought, should I buy one? It's a lot of money, 460 quid, whatever it is. So I said to Helen, who's my wife, I said, should I buy one? And she said, why don't you just save up a bit of money every month, and if you still want one, you've got the money there. She's very wise. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. Went back on the next day because I was really regretting not picking one up, and it had sold out. So I was like, forget it, no problem. Doesn't matter, but it was always niggling in at the back of my mind. I was like, I really want one now. I've been watching a lot of videos on it, backwards compatible, it's bigger, so I really got my hopes up for getting one. So I just happened to be on my phone looking at the EE app, because I'm with EE. I went into the shop and there was a Nintendo Switch 2 section, and I thought, wow. Clicked on it, there was this bundle, and there was one with a camera, Pro Controller, and it was exclusively for EE customers. So I was like, this is great. So I looked at the terms and conditions, and basically you pay £20 up front and then they add £20 to your phone bill for the next 2 years. Now my phone bill is 25 quid. So my phone bill is now going to be 45 quid for the next 2 years, which is basically nothing. I'm never going to see it. I not even have that noticeably coming out of my bank account. So it feels like I've got it for free. I haven't, but it feels like I have. So this came with obviously Mario Kart World. It also came with a year's Nintendo Switch Online, which is a great deal. And I've been using it all weekend. I actually ordered it, so it's Monday today, so I ordered it 2 Fridays ago, but it came last Friday. I ordered it and it was supposed to come for launch day, but I had an absolute nightmare getting it because I missed the first delivery window with DPD, which is a delivery courier service in the UK. Missed the window for a half an hour. They wouldn't let me change the window, so I'd be in the house. They wouldn't let me leave it with a neighbour, probably because it's a high value item, understandable. Even asked them if they would bring it to my work, but I understand they wouldn't do that. It was a long shot because they have to take a picture of it being delivered at your house and stuff. So I missed the window. And that was on Friday, and then on the Monday, they said, we're not going to be back till Monday. So I was like, okay, well, that sucks because I'm off on Sunday. So if you go into that app, you can actually pay for a VIP service, which is like £5, and that gives you package VIP service, and you can pick to have it delivered at the weekend. So I was like, okay, I'll pick Sunday, and I'll pick the delivery time window between 8 o'clock in the morning and 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Waited for it to come, didn't come. Rang them up at 12 o'clock, is my parcel coming? They said, they might come at the back end of the delivery day, but might come between 12 and 6. So I was like, well, it's not much of a VIP service. I wasn't horrible. Any time I complain, I never complain to the person on the phone personally because I know it's not their fault. They're just answering the phone. I've worked in situations and been in situations where people complain and they speak to people like shit, and it's not nice. It's not the person's fault directly. So I was like, okay, no problem. She says, if it doesn't come on Monday, it'll come on Tuesday, and so on. So I was like, right. So Tuesday, waited, didn't come, rang them up. Any chance it's coming today? No, I'll ring the foreman at Tyneside. I said, if you can get it delivered after 5 o'clock, that'll be great. Okay, I'll ring them. Put me on hold. Spoke to the guy. He said, it's definitely on the second van, but I can't guarantee it's going to be there at 5 o'clock. I was like, okay, no problem. Definitely coming. So missed it again. Anyway, this went on for a while, and I rang them up multiple times, and I was just like, this is getting a bit ridiculous now. So I thought I'll just change the delivery slot to Friday when I'm off. And it came, and it was great. But when I opened the actual packaging, the Switch was like this. It was like that. The seal had been broken. That seal had been broken. And I looked at the box and the seal had been broken as well. As I tilted it, the card that had the 12 months of Nintendo Switch Online fell out. And it wasn't one of them ones where you scratch the foil off to reveal the code. And my heart sank. I was like, somebody at the depot, jumped to the conclusions obviously, but obviously as you would, somebody at the depot has opened this parcel to get to that 12 months subscription for Nintendo Switch Online. So I was doing the data transfer between my old Switch OLED and this, and I was just setting it up really fast. There was the Nintendo Mario Kart game came on a code as well, but you had to get really inside the box. That was fine. Ended up putting the code in and it worked fine. But I thought somebody's just took a picture of that code, put it back in the box, tried to seal it up to get 12 months free. So everything was fine. I got the game. I got 12 months online, and I'm really impressed with the Switch 2. It's quite a bigger version. quite big in the old hands. These magnets clip off really easy, as opposed to just sliding off, they just clip in. Really, really simple. The UI, very fast. If you remember on the old Switch, the shop was an absolute nightmare. It used to take ages to load in, but it's really fast. Wishlist, current offers, seamless. So yeah, very, very impressed. Now, a lot of people are, obviously, I mean, it's hard to gauge people's expectations on the internet because everyone seems to complain about everything now. Everything's terrible, everything's negative. Xbox is shit, PlayStation's shit, Nintendo's shit, PC gaming's shit. You know, it's just bickering on the internet constantly. You know, let's talk about value. The value of something is subjective. So somebody might not think the PlayStation 5 Pro is worth the money it is. I do. Somebody might not think that this is worth the value of this. I do, and many other people do. So many people don't think that Mario Kart is worth $80 in America. I happen to think it is. But to go on the internet and bash people for buying things and thinking that things are valuable or worth something to them, you know, it's some people buy consoles. They'll spend money to buy a console just to play FIFA. Do you know what I mean? Whatever the value is, you know, just let people play video games and have fun. Just let, you know, all this gatekeeping bullshit just that goes on is ridiculous, and it's really starting to irritate me. You know, the new ROG Ally, Xbox Ally, rumored to be like $800. Some people might think that's value for money. Do you know what I mean? Because it's subjective. It's down to the person, you know, the individual. Obviously, you've got the GameCube app now, which has Wind Waker, Soul Calibur, and F-Zero. I'm playing Wind Waker at the moment. A lot of people don't like the virtual game cards, so we can just have a look at the virtual game card section, which is this bit here. Now, these are game cartridges that are virtual, that I can actually switch between my old Switch, my new Switch, and any other Switches that I've got. And you just load them. It's pretty simple. Now, for somebody who's embraced digital, that is great for me. If you are a physical gamer, if you buy a Nintendo Switch 2 game now, chances are it's just going to have a code in and the box is just empty. So a lot of people that are collecting video games and like physical media are kind of pissed off about this. I understand that, but at least you're still getting your game. But my views are different to other people's. Just because I'm saying all this and what I think's valuable to me doesn't mean I'm right. It's just an opinion. But I've been really enjoying it. I was actually playing Tears of the Kingdom the other day. So I've got 12 months online, Switch Online with this. So I get the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Zelda for free. I get all the expansions for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for free. I get access to the Nintendo 64 catalog, the NES catalog, the Super Nintendo catalog, the Mega Drive catalog, the GameCube catalog, the Game Boy Advance catalog, the Game Boy catalog. So there's a lot of stuff on there that is packed in with that subscription. It's only £30 a year, which is pretty cheap. So as long as you've got that subscribed, you're still going to get these updates for free for the Nintendo Switch 2. If I didn't have the Nintendo Switch 2 online, the upgrade for Zelda is £7.99, £8. Still not a lot of money. A lot of people complaining about that still. But so I was playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom the other day, and I randomly had this game chat notification come onto the screen. So I thought I'll divulge in it because I want to see what game chat's like. So I accepted it, and it was a guy in Boston that's on my friends list. So I've added a load of people on my Twitter, on my Nintendo Switch. I was on the sofa playing with the Joy-Cons in the Joy-Con controller thing, and my Switch was downstairs behind the TV because that's where I'm keeping the Switch to. And I could hear him as clear as day. And I was asking him, like, can you hear my video game playing? And he was like, no, I can only hear your voice. And it was clear as fuck. It was weird. It was really strange. I was like, where's the microphone? And he was like, I think it's on the Switch. And I was like, but my Switch is behind the TV. He goes, I can still hear you. It's mad. So I was like, it's crazy. The game chat's free at the moment, but I think after a certain amount of time, it's going to be, you need to be on Nintendo Switch Online. It's packed into the subscription. I didn't get the camera. Don't really see the point in having the camera. So that's pretty much it. I'll noticeably tell the difference with like games like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, Mario Odyssey, Mario 3D World, Mario Kart, 60 FPS, really smooth graphics, better graphics, better performance, shorter loading times. So I'm really impressed. It's got a charging port on the top and the bottom. It's really, really, really cool. Really, I think it's really good. Like the size difference is fucking night and day, really. It's such a beefy boy. It feels really premium. It's quite the same. It's obviously heavier than the Switch OLED. But it just means that I'm going to have to sell this. I'm just going to have to sell the OLED, unfortunately. I was going to wait for this to be an OLED model, because they will bring out an OLED model towards the end of the year, I think, or next year. But that deal that I got £20 up front and then to pay £20 a month added to your phone bill plus a year's free online is fucking crazy. So I'm very impressed with it so far. Very impressed. I also like having new toys, but I've been playing it non-stop. You know, the wife watches TV, she watches all these programs, and I'm just sitting there playing Mario Kart, playing Zelda, playing this in bed. Fantastic. Also love the Portal. Do you know what I mean? Portal's downstairs. I play that downstairs as well. Obviously, this is runs everything native. Portal's a streaming device. So yeah, very, very impressed. And the fact that it's backwards compatible, because there's all these games that I've got here that I haven't even played that I've missed. Ace Attorney Trilogy, Pokemon Shield, Resident Evil Revelations. I've got the Skyward Sword HD remaster, Yoshi's Crafted World, Cuphead, Hades, Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Don't Die, Wet Dreams Don't Die Twice, Oxenfree, you know. So there's a lot of games here to keep me busy, and I said to myself when I got this, I says I'm really gonna try and get some of this back catalogue done for the Switch 2, because I feel like the Switch OLED just kind of sat there, and it was mainly because it was so slow. The UI and everything like that was just so slow. But I'm really impressed with this so far. So that's my Switch 2 impressions right there. I do plan on getting the Pro Controller. Everything's forward compatible as well, so this works with the Switch 2. The first Pro Controller works with the Switch 2. So I think it's quite good. Other people will disagree. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Everyone values things differently and has, you know, different levels of what things are worth to the individual. But I'm very impressed with that so far. The battery's really good on it as well. Quite impressed with the battery. I was playing it for like fucking felt like ages before it started to go. It works, you know, the resolution and the frame rates are better in docked mode as well, so that's even better. So I'm very, very impressed. Very, very impressed. So that is my Switch 2 impressions. Let me know if you've got one in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you plan on picking one up, if you're waiting, what your view is on the subject. And hopefully I can play some Clair Obscur tomorrow if the PC holds up. So with that said, that is it for this video. Take care of yourselves. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, and we'll see you again on the next one for another video. So take care. See you later.